Hey everybody, Mr. Russell here. I'm going to take you through a quick tutorial on how to create your own Google My Map. We are going to start using Google My Maps in class to learn where some places are, important cities, battles, and then we're going to use it to add a little bit of content. And the nice part is you're going to actually use it in 8th grade as well, so you'll have a little bit of sort of Western Europe, North Africa, even parts of Western Asia, and then you'll have North America. So you're going to have quite a few places identified before you leave Manor Middle School. All right, let's get started. So the first thing that we are going to do is open up our Google Drive. And once your Google Drive is open, a couple things to look for. Number one, make sure you are into your own student.penmanor account, not your own personal account. It will not work. So make sure you're in your Penn Manor account. Once you have your Google Drive open, in the upper left-hand corner, there is going to be an option that says New. So we're going to open up New. From here, you're going to go to More and click on the Google My Map location right here. Once you do that, give it a second to open up, and then you now officially have a Google My Map open, right? If you use some kind of Google for directions, it looks very similar, but it is not looking for directions. So what this is going to allow us to do is going to allow us basically to click on and explore different countries. It'll take us to different parts of the world that we can click on, and has a lot of different neat features that we'll be able to use in class, some of which I think you'll enjoy. From here, what we want to do is we want to add just a couple other features to this. The first thing is what I want you to do is I'm going to want you to rename this up here in the top left-hand corner where it says Untitled Map. We want to switch the name of that. And all you have to do is left-click on that option there, and it will give you a new section to title it over. So what I'm going to do is have you put in your full name. So I'm just going to put in Mr. Russell. And then we're also going to do Ancient World because you are going to create one in 8th grade. And we want to make sure that they're separate. So put your first name, last name, Ancient World after that. And what another nice feature is 2018-19 school year. So it'll look just like that. So instead of Mr. Russell, you'll put your first name, last name, Ancient World, 2018-19. And from there, we just hit save. And you'll notice that now your My Map has a new name. It is labeled. It is essentially ready to go. Cool thing is next year, you're going to link this one to the one you'll create in 8th grade. I will show you a few of these layers and what we're actually going to do with them to get you all set up. One more thing to show you very quickly, you'll notice that the map is mostly like a political slash map where maybe you want to sort of change the the way that it looks. You'll notice on the bottom side here where it says base map, you go ahead and click on this option here. It's going to give you some additional styles. One that I particularly like, this one here is not bad at all. I do like this one. Just looks a little neater. You can certainly pick whichever base map you want to go with. So maybe you want to stick with this one for right now. You can just close out of that, and then here you have your map. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually focus on something that are called untitled layers. These untitled layers are basically going to be our units of study. So as of right now, two units that we've talked about, Mesopotamia being one, Egypt another. And we want to create units or untitled layers for these specific places. And part two of our tutorial will actually be how to upload some of the pins and the places that we're going to focus on. But for the first part, what we're going to do is we're going to look at renaming this. We don't want this untitled layer. We're going to focus on the name. So you have these three layer options on the right hand side. You're going to click on that and you're going to go to rename this layer. Click on that. We're going to title this Mesopotamia. And so we'll put Mesopotamian here in the new name. Go ahead and hit save and it's ready to go. We also want to add another layer for Egypt, right? We're going to kind of focus down here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up in here to my options section, and where it says add a layer, we're going to go ahead and left click on add layer. and you're going to see another section appear. I'm going to go ahead and click on my three little options here on the right, and I'm going to go to rename this layer, and we're going to call this one Egypt. And once you have Egypt in there, go ahead and hit save. And for the first part, we are basically all set up. This is exactly where we need you to be. So for class today, by the time you leave, what I need you to do is open up and create your own mind map. We're going to have you go ahead and create your own name. So you're going to put your name in there, Ancient World 2018-19 school year. And you're going to rename that first layer Mesopotamia. We'll go ahead and add a second layer, and we're going to go ahead and name that Egypt. We're not going to necessarily worry about the content just yet. That's going to come in the next tutorial, and I will show you how to upload those CAML files. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of the legwork for you in the beginning, just to get us caught up with it. But then as we move on, we'll show you how to create a little bit more with the Google My Maps. Well, that's it for right now. I will see you shortly.